Welcome everybody to Hot Swaps, brought to you by Coinbase. We're going to talk about the hottest of the swaps coming into this new season. We've all got one that we've picked, and we're going to try and present it and try and just convince you guys at home that you should be going with us. Launders, I'm going to go over to you first to start off with. Who have you picked?
Let's start with the easiest one, okay, the most obvious. m0NESY to G2, the biggest transfer of the season. I don't care that Vitality had their transfer, that Shox and Liquid and all these other ones existed. m0NESY is the one that we need to talk about. This one cost Carlos a pretty penny. It was really difficult to get from Na'Vi because they were specifically giving to the second best team in the world to potentially beat Na'Vi in the future. And now that it happens, we actually have a situation where G2 potentially have an upper that can take on Simple at one point in history. He's a moonshot, but that's what we like on Coinbase, okay? That's what we like. And I think that it's a huge risk, but if you went anywhere else, it would have been disappointing.
It's true that I think we expect a lot from m0NESY, but what people don't realize as well is that he doesn't need to be performing like Simple for G2 to be able to win trophies. That's not the case. This is not the conditions he's in.
We have all seen his highlights, FPL, and what he has done in the Academy League. He has insane talent.
It'll make it easier for him to just go in and not worry too much.
Most people's bold prediction for this year, so I think that he's going to be pretty good.
Then m0NESY is in a lot of trouble. He no-scopes one of them. He keeps going. 10 seconds. He fakes the bomb, spins around, takes down Woody, and now he's at the hunt, running up close and personal. Oh, what a flick! He doesn't have the time for the
Surely.
No, he
Just
can't
give
do
it
it,
to
I
him.
think. Oh!
Yes!
How is that possible? What an absolutely godlike sequence from m0NESY.
I know Launders has already thrown a bit of shade at your pick for the hot swap, so who are you going with?
I don't really know why we're throwing shades at Shox going to Liquid, because that was my hot swap. Honestly, I almost fell off my chair when I realized that Shox went to Liquid.
I think saying he's the hottest swap of the year is that's totally because Maniac's got, he's played with him or something.
After 9 years as a professional in Counter-Strike, in CSGO, always in the French scene, just a brief stint with TCM Gaming, but he did all the teams, all the names, all the lineups. He's got all the jerseys of the French Counter-Strike, LDLC, Envious, Titan, Very Games. He's got all of them. And now he's going to NA. I almost couldn't believe it. I almost could not believe it that Shox is going to NA in Liquid. And for Liquid, you gain an extremely versatile player, very experienced.
Well, I think that we're going to be really good too, and I think that people are going to be pleasantly surprised after a little bit. I think that there's going to be a lot of learning that we're going to have to do.
For Liquid, I don't think Shox is going to be the one who solves their issues.
In terms of the new roster, I think that we're looking super strong.
Shox used to be a superstar with a capital S, an absolute superstar. He was obviously featured in all of the top 20 of the 3 first years in HLTV.
There's some question marks how they're going to do overall, but I think long term, this is an interesting pickup for Liquid for sure.
I'm going to go with Ropz. I think unfortunately in 2021, we didn't really get to see the best of Ropz, but the biggest reason I'm really excited for this is because Ropz is going to be under karrigan once again, and we know how beautiful that was, and I think Ropz is just going to flourish in this situation.
Yeah, I agree. I think that this episode of this career for Ropz is the moment where he either proves or not that he can be a superstar, an actual superstar. That is the moment. If you are FaZe, I think you want to make sure that Ropz hits peak level almost instantly. Of course, you're going to have to give some space to Twist, and then Brokey as an opera is always going to have a say. But Ropz is the guy that you want to be performing.
When I left to FaZe, I told FaZe this is the player I want for the team, no matter how the team is going to look like.
He lines up really well role-wise with all of the guys from FaZe. I think that's going to be a really natural transition for him.
For me, the reason why I'm most excited for this is the fact that he's rejoining up with karrigan. Ropz playing a round of Counter-Strike, and you'll be purely amazed with what he's delivering to the server. So I think that's why I think this is going to be the hottest swap coming into this new season.
So finally, the reason why I'm so excited about Shox going to Liquid is that he's putting an end to 9 years of French Counter-Strike.
Honestly, he's got to be the hottest swap. Even when he's aiming in the wrong place, he still hits his shot. I mean, look at these flicks. It's unbelievable. I haven't seen anything like it. Carlos, you're in for a treat.
Well, I think we've had a lot of very passionate arguments today, but gentlemen, have you flipped to anybody else's side of life? You convinced?
Honestly, I think Mohan's speech was amazing.
Yeah.
He really hit me with the flicks. The little message to Carlos really got me, so I'm going to join Mohan and say m0NESY to G2, that's the hot one.
I think I'm going to be flip-flopping over there as well. Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining us for Hot Swaps brought to you by Coinbase. Really excited to see how all these swaps play out in the 2022 season.